Okay, let's get some people up in here. Let me see. And Sabrina. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, hi everyone. Hi Taylor. Hello, honeys. Hi, Rollins. How is everyone doing? Hi, Southern Pie. Hi, Sabrina. Oh, yeah. I'm doing pretty good. What about you, honeys? Oh. Better you do some laundry up in here. Up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna see some laundry up in her. Up in her. So, I was telling myself at the end of the day, I wasn't going to be talking about this. I wasn't going to be mentioning about this or even covering this about Charlie Kirk because I feel at the end of the day that a lot of people are using his DEATH for a political gain and also for clickbait. You go into videos now and you see video headers talking about Charlie Kirk this and Charlie Kirk that. A lot of these people who are purposely posting up like hour 2 hour long video Charlie Kirk, what happened with Charlie Kirk, I think you are a disgusting piece of shit. Really, I think you're a disgusting piece of shit capitalizing on his tragic incident. Now at the end of the day, I don't agree with everything that he said. I don't. But does that mean that gives somebody a right to take his LIFE? No, it doesn't. It does not give you a right to end somebody's life. Does not it I don't give a shit. Like, if you agree with this points or not. You do not have a right to sit there and take somebody's life. You don't have the right. So, at the end of the day, like I said, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with it. There's a lot of things that I don't agree that he said. There's a lot of things I don't agree a lot of people say. Just like, for example, I don't agree with a lot of these transgenders in here trying to teach little kids as young as 13 to be a girl or a boy. But does that give anybody a right to harm these people? No. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions without harming somebody physically. Canelo? Oh, the fights? I don't know. I'm probably thinking Canelo's going to win. I don't know. Probably. Exactly. Boobs. Oh my god. So much hate going around. Yeah, like microbe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Alec. Exactly. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. El Colloquially. What? I don't know how to pronounce it. But exactly. Exactly. Everybody, everybody is okay to have different opinions. But come on, honestly. Come on. You got to do what happened with Charlie Kirk just because you don't agree with his politics. No. No. It's sad. It's sad. Thank you, Johnny B. Yeah, like, I'm anti-woke, honeys. I don't agree with children transitioning. I don't agree with women getting beat in sports. I don't agree with a lot of people from the community harassing and bullying and physically, mentally hurting people. I don't agree with all that. I get it. Being trans is not for everybody. I get it. Who cares? You're not here to please people. But you shouldn't be forcing ideology on people, and you shouldn't be hurting people like what happened with Charlie Kirk. And again, at the end of the day, again, it's like, I didn't agree with a lot of the things he had, right? But does he deserve what happened to him? No, absolutely not. Exactly. Let me catch up on the comments here. Hold on. A ladyboy in trans. Well, ladyboy is kind of like Asian countries. It's like trannies in Asian countries. But it's my bad judgment to think you condone what happened. Thanks for not being incredibly. No, yeah, no, nuts. I don't condone anything that involves taking somebody's life. That's crossing the border completely. That's no, no. Yeah. Okay. And us on the right don't like the hard right extreme, and like this. Exactly nuts. It's They don't want the far right or the far left. I'm a centralist. Myself. I see things on both sides of the party, both Republican and Democrat. But at the end of the day, this does not give anybody a right to do what they did with Charlie Kirk. Again, you don't have to agree with this logic. I didn't agree with a lot of them, but you guys, he's a human. He's a fucking human. He was a father, and he was a husband. So at the end of the day, I don't know. I say what I gotta say. I don't know. You guys, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's how I feel about it. On a moving train. Yes, Swansea, remember that shit? That girl who got stabbed on the train? How come nobody's talking about that? How come nobody's talking about that girl who got stabbed on the train? When the power of love outweighs the power, outweighs, when will the power of love outweigh the love of power? Huh, that's an interesting logic. Okay, hey, K-pop. Hi, United. I needed to see a trans person with a shred of remorse. Thank you for being here. You helped me rebound. You're welcome, Johnny. Exactly, Danny. Exactly. And Danny says, I don't think anyone's sexuality or their personal choice should be projected on children. Amen. Amen. I agree with you 100%. However, I don't think children should be lied to if they have any questions. They could be taught certain things to a limit. I think there should be a extremely hard limit. Yes, Milo income. I do, honeys. So, hi, Jessica. So, for Rim, Charlie Kirk was a political activist. Well, I don't know if he was considered he was a political speaker. He did a lot of talk shows. He did a lot of interviews. I think it was Utah. I think it was when something tragic happened to him recently. Yes, Vampire Queen. It does. You know, it really does. Yes, you. Yeah, yes, V's Zoom. Yes. Yeah, yeah, Vampire Queen. And it's, you know, I don't know if the suspect is Democratic or is he Republican. I don't know. He kind of looks like Republican. Um, at the end of the day, I personally believe that this assassin is paid by Donald Trump. I believe personally that this guy who did the shot against Charlie Kirk, I think that he was a part of a game plan with the Illuminati, with the elites, with the Epstein files. And this is something that a lot of people ain't talking about. So we're going to go over a couple things that I don't see anybody on YouTube talking about. Well, I do see like one or two people, but what you guys got to remember, these people such as Trump, JD Vance, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, these people who are involved with the Epstein files, they would do anything to keep those files hidden. They'll do anything to keep information of those files becoming public. So, what do? Charlie Kirk knew things about these files that they did not want to be released. So, what happens? Pew pew. Charlie Kirk literally sacrificed his life because of the Epstein files. That's what I personally believe. Now, that may not be the only reason why this happened. I don't know the logic of this monster, this inhumane monster that shot, or let's just say pew pewed, this person, because I'm trying to keep this a little bit PG here on the stream. But I have a strong feeling that's one of them. And trust me, I'm not the only one. Well, I'm one of the very few ones on social media platforms talking about that, talking about this tragic incident from what I just did right now, right? There's even been videos talking about rings on Charlie Kirk's finger that's been switched. There's, you name it. There's a lot of crap. But I also want to see, why isn't anybody talking about that girl who was stabbed on the train too? You know, don't cover their tracks and they do it half-ass and easily get caught. It's almost like they, well, yes, exactly, Danny. You know, and you know what doesn't make sense? This shooter who did this to Charlie Kirk left their weapon. The FBI has palm prints on the weapon. The suspect is still at large. He's still at large. Why isn't he caught yet? See, there's a reason. The FBI is not catching him for a reason. It's all an inside job. It's all an inside job. Do I feel bad? Yeah, Noe. I've been hearing a lot about the girl on the train too. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I don't know, Nibs. I honestly don't know. Oh yes, Nibs. Of course, of course. So, chat, I want to go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and express something. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys an example. You look good, thank you, honeys. So I'm gonna show you guys. This is a perfect example of people who need to be in prison. This is right here, you guys, in the pinned comment. This is a perfect piece of shit trash. The reason why we have incidents like what happened to Charlie Kirk, because of pieces of shit trash like this. So let me see. So I've also said this before that Charlie Kirk was also on YouTube. He was one of the most popular political individuals on YouTube, right? And trash like Ed is a reason why we have so much inhumane pieces of shit garbage that exist, like this garbage right here, Ed. So this guy, Ed, is making death threats about a school. So I want you guys to take a second and read what this garbage right here in the pinned comments is talking about death threats around school. Nits420, why don't you read the comment talking about death threats at a school? This person seriously needs to be locked up. Seriously. This person needs to be locked up, needs to be put in prison. Oops. People are sick? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. World 420, what do you mean? No. And if you want to keep protecting him, Nip 420, you can go join him if you want to keep protecting him too. Let me see. Okay. No, the reason why. Exactly, dreaded void. Exactly. I just reported. Okay, thank you, Sabrina. I smashed. Thank you, 420. It's fine, Nip. Yeah. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, a lot of the things, a lot of the logical constructs, like for example, empathy, gender, um, I don't know, certain terms, certain wording, certain vocabulary, certain technical terms is made by human, is made by man. It's not natural in nature. So yeah, a lot of it, some of it is true. Oh my god. Exactly, dreaded void. Exactly. I don't know, Chad. At the end of the day, you guys, it just sick, and it's like at the end of the day, I see countless of people on social media right now capitalizing on his tragic incidents. I see all the time. I go on Instagram, see nothing but headers. Charlie Kirk this, Charlie Kirk that. And I'm like, you guys are capitalizing on his I don't want to say the word here. His tragic incident. I don't know. What does it say on my birth certificate? It says none of your fucking business, Sam. That's what it says. Quit being a rude asshole. That's what it says. Yes, exactly, Danny. People are trying to blow up by rage baiting his personality. Yeah, and it's sad because people are trying to, bash him for this, bash him for that after his tragic incident that happened, right? And again, if you don't agree with certain things that he done, then just say there's certain things you don't agree with. Like me, there's certain things that we don't agree with. But does that mean he can't be living as a human being? No. He has every right to live. He has every right to be on this world like everyone else. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a human being. He believes in God. I believe in God. Just because you don't go to church every Sunday, just because you don't go and get baptized, just because you don't offer, what do you call that? Go to offerings, it doesn't mean you can't believe in God if you don't do those things. Again, everybody has different opinions. I don't know. Already, Yeah, probably. I'm thinking so. We're gonna give Sam one more chance to see if this asshole wants to be having some respect here. First, he asked me for some disrespectful shit. It's kind of like asking for a dead name. You know when you ask a tranny what their name was before transition? It's kind of like the same thing. But to kind of answer your question, your disrespectful question, your trolling disrespectful question, Sam, it's the same reason why you choose to be an asshole because it fits with you, right? You choose to be an asshole because it makes you feel good, right? Makes you feel like yourself being an asshole, being a garbage piece of shit, right? So when you're an asshole, Sam, and you're being a garbage of a human being, just like the people who hate on Charlie Kirk, right? When you're a piece of shit human being that makes you feel completed, right? Well, that's the reason why we are trannies. That's the reason why we do transition, so we can feel completed. No, you know what the fuck you were asking. You're literally asking me what's on my birth certificate, and then you said, "Why did you do this to yourself?" You're acting like it's some kind of sick thing that we're doing. Let me tell you, Sam, at the end of the day, not all of us trans people are bad. There's a lot of us trans people out there, like myself, that is not the enemy. Oh, that's not the enemy. See, I'm out here on these platforms trying to show the world that not all of us trans people are crazy. A lot of us, like myself, has mental values that are down to earth. Maybe, maybe Nits 420. If Sam's actually really curious, then I'll take that back. See, unlike other trans people, unlike a lot of the trans people out there, real transsexuals, we actually can have sympathy. We can actually be apologetic. We can actually understand things instead of blowing things out of proportion. You know, when we sit there and we block people, like for example, in my case, on my streams, when I block people out of the stream, it's because they actually did something stupid and they deserved it. Exactly, Dreaded Void. There's boundaries. There's boundaries that only take common sense. Like, come on, like for real. You know I'm a tranny, so why would you ask what's on my birth certificate? And by the way, like, how would you know if my birth certificate wasn't altered? How would you know if it wasn't modded? You know, for all you know, I changed everything. Like, it's just nobody's business. It really isn't. You know, it's like the people who sneak things. You know, it's nobody's business. Exactly. 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 Yeah, I kind of figured that you're one of those people because you've been trolling ever since you've been in here. I think you can handle some. That's funny. Our key to healthy relationship. Yes. Who says I was, Jason? So give me an example, you fucking coward, before you sit there and try to run your mouth. So I want you to post up a link to one of my videos on my YouTube channel where I ever said that I was. No, you were just trying to act stupid with that Sam person. You're trying to act stupid and trying to cover up trolling with Sam. So, Jason, are you going to post up the link of whenever I said that I was believing that I can be an actual woman? That's what I thought. That's why cowards like you have to run your mouth and bully trans people, but you have nothing to back it up. You have nothing to back it up. Don't you, Jason? You're never going to be a real woman. You're never going to be a woman. Truth. Okay. Your point is? What's your point? I'm a transsexual woman. I can never be a real biological woman. That's impossible. You can't change sex. You can alter gender because gender is a social construct. It's made by human, but you cannot change sex. So explain to me, smartass, when did I ever say I was going to be a woman? Exactly. Never knows best. Exactly, right? People are like this are just fucking stupid. They're just really fucking stupid. Like, at the end of the day, I actually feel bad for how retarded some of these people are, Like, seriously. Like, I'm the one that has the mental disabilities. I'm the one that has ADHD. I'm the one that has depression. I'm the one that has anxiety. I have problems going to sleep. I have so many mental things wrong with me in the head, but yet I can still comprehend things better than that. Sad. I get a new bra? Oh, no, Sabrina. No, honey, I didn't get a new bra. So if you guys like the stream, if you guys like the content, please make sure that you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys please subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you guys please like this stream. Let's get some more people in here. Yes. You have gender dysmorphia? Yes. Yes. Never gonna happen, diversion. Never gonna happen. But yes. See, Robbie is cool. Robbie's hella cool. I like Robbie. He's hella cool. So far, he's been respectful. See, it's okay to ask that you have gender dysphoria. That's okay. It's okay to ask that. There's nothing bad about it. Okay, let's do some laundry. Okay. Ask your mother, Adele. To get the courage to tell your friend. Wait a minute. Speaking of Ashley. Ash, are you still in here? Where's my Ash, the one that sent me the 40? Where's my Ash at? I wonder if Ash is still here. So, you're the one that sent me the 40, right? Thank you, babies. Thank you. Thank you, babies. That's so sweet. I love Ash. And then for Ashley, I keep forgetting who's on Cash App and who's the other one. So Ashley said, Sabrina, I'm so trying to get enough courage to tell my friend. Girl, telling your friend? That ain't nothing, girl. Try coming out to your family. Especially a family that's rednecks and diehard Christian. That's a lot worse. Thank you, Ash, too. I don't know if I said that yet, but thank you, Ash. Thank you for the $40. Holler. Oh, and I don't know if you guys can see this up here, but there's actually a little thing where you guys can do GIFs on the YouTube stream now. I'm not exactly sure how to use that function yet. I just know that it's there because I activated it. I had it for like over a year now, but I never used it. Am I a they or them? Definitely not, EY. Definitely not. I am a she and a her. I'm not a delusional person that can't figure out their gender. I know what I am, and I know I don't pass 100%, but you know what? It's cool. It's fine. You can't make everybody happy, right? At the end of the day, you can't please everyone, right? You're gonna make yourself crazy trying to please everyone. Hi, Solis. The gifting thing is adorable. I don't know, girl. I never even tried it. I haven't tried it yet, girl. Nothing much. What about you? She'd already be mine. Oh my god, you're funny. You know what sounds so good right now, chat? Water. An ice cold water. Oh my god, it sounds so good. Exactly, Johnny Bean. He sent a gift. What? Thank you, Ash. Oh, what the fuck? This is kind of like TikTok a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, babies. Yeah, Johnny B. Yeah, you do make a point, honey. You're right. Johnny B's right. He's sure. Oh, I can't pin. Ash's gift. That sucks. He would need more respect in here. Exactly. And show those titties. Are you gonna pay for it? You paying me to show them? Give some pen. Yeah. Sonic Ice. Oh, I fucking love Sonic Ice. Oh, what? It's a pacer test? What the hell are you talking about? God, now Sabrina makes me want to go to Sonic now. Thanks a lot, Sabrina. So, yeah, people have mouths tonight. They sure do. They sure do got some really disrespectful little mouths on them tonight. That shows you that a lot of these people had poor parenting growing up with shitty parents. Some fucked up parents. Okay. Where do we pay? Okay, I'll be. Oh my god, Johnny. That's funny. Well, I don't know what it was who pew-pewed Charlie Kirk. All I know is I think it was a white guy. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Solis, XY. Thank you. It's about me, Ashley. Yeah, right? You haven't told them yet? When are you gonna do it, Ashley? Thank you for the gifts, Ash. Thank you, babies. Oh, shit. Okay. Game detergent? Yes, honeys. Mm-hmm. There we go. There we go. Hi, Soraya. There we go. Game detergent? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay. And so I'm using Arm & Hammer and Gain. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god, I'm so thirsty right now. There we go. Got the gain, right? Got that gain. The minute I tell my father he's gonna disown me, yes, there's a chance, honey. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not gonna be easy. Oh my god, child, I'm so fucking thirsty right now. I would like to know what made you decide to transition. Oh, it's the same thing. The reason why everybody wants to be a woman or a man, their sex at birth, right? So, for example, Tanner, I'm assuming that you're male, right? So it's like why don't you want to be a girl? You know, the question is, why do you not want to be a girl? How come you don't want to change your body or try to alter your body or take hormones to be a girl? Because you're comfortable being a male, right? You fit in with what you were born as. You fit in your gender. You're happy being a man, a dude, a bro, a sir, a guy, a male, right? Well, when when you have somebody that's a tranny, they're not happy with being what they are. Now, of course, you can't change sex. You cannot change sex, right? No matter how many surgeries you get, no matter if you get the surgery for the vagina, no matter if you get tits, no matter if you grow tits, no matter if you surgically alter your whole body, your face, your bones, everything. You cannot change sex. When you were born a male, you were born a female, you're going to stay like that until the day you die. You can't change that. Now, when you're doing a transition, only thing the transition is doing is helping you feel more closely aligned to what you feel in your brain. Because at the end of the day, a lot of cases being trans, gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria, is it's a mental issue. It's a mental disorder. It could be a mental issue. Whatever kind of technical term that you want to label it as. It has to do with mental, right? How's it form? I don't know. I can't. That's the thing. Scientists hasn't really figured this out. You know, it could be there's clues about it, right? There could be, you know, cases where when you were in embryo stage of the, you know, you're in fetus stage, right? Too much sugar that was inside the brain, right? It could be too much sugar inside the brain. It could be too much sugar, you know, in the body. It could be too much sugar in the chemical balance of, you know, X, Y, you know, chromosomes. There's a lot of different terms. Let me see. Hold on a second, you guys. For some reason, this thing is. Oh, there we go. Rip Charlie, yes. I was wondering why my screen was doing that. Exactly, Connor. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see. I was wondering why the hell my screen was doing that. Do I find females attractive? Yes. I find Male and female. Hi, honeys. Yes, Rip Kirk. And just like I said earlier, you guys, just like I said earlier in my chat, you guys don't have to agree with everything he said. I didn't. But still, at the end of the day, nobody deserves what happened to him. Nobody. Let me see. I love your eyes and hair and nails. Thank you. Thank you, Draws. Thank you. Hi, Maxine. It's like having body dysmorphia closely related, I think. What is lively cuts? What is? I don't think I've seen your original message. Hi, Aspen. Explanation of this. I didn't agree with it before. Yes. By a music beat? I don't know what a music beat is. I'm sorry. What happened to Charlie Kirk? Well, some inhumane monster, took his energy away. We'll just say that. Do you believe it's better for children to have a biological father and a mother in the home? It could be. You're talking about like old school traditional parenting? Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely could be beneficial. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? Joe, I actually thought that the media was going to try to say that the assassin for Charlie Kirk was a trans woman. Again, you guys, the government, the elites, everybody knows that these people that the media is trying to claim to be trans is not trans. They're grown men that pretends to be trans, trying to pretend to be on hormones and pretending to be wearing trans women's clothes. No, they're not trans, honey. They're not in any way, shape, or form trans. Do I believe in God? Absolutely. Yeah. But no, he's the person who's responsible for Charlie Kirk. It's not a weird wannabe trans person. Yes, Johnny. Yeah, he did. All I know, the person, he's light skinned. That's all I know. Let me see if I have a picture of it. Let me see if I have a picture of the assassin here. So, as far as I know, this is the person who pew-pewed Charlie Kirk. This is the person who pew-pewed Charlie Kirk right here. Supposedly, allegedly, this is the person who pew-pewed Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Oh, of course, Johnny. Of course. Yeah, Colt. Yeah. Of course. And at the end of the day, like I'm saying, you guys, you don't have to agree with his ideology. You don't. I don't agree with a lot of things he said, but some of the things I do agree with. Like for example, he mentioned about trying to teach a 10-year-old child not to be trans. I agree with him on that. There's certain things that I don't agree. So it's like, but does that give somebody a right to do what they did? A inhumane monster like this ending the life of Charlie Kirk? No. No. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Of course. Do I have periods? No, Lily. I'm not a biological woman. I can't give birth either, Lily. If I had a uterus transplant, yeah, sure, but it still would make. Do we still have enough gas and oil to make what happen? This is the person that the news outlets has been exposing. What is a woman? Your mother, Robert. No, it deserves. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Who did? We need more people like you and Jeffree Star to come in. Thank you. Thank you, 420. Thank you. You can have my uterus, but I'm getting rid of it because it's messed up. That's not good. Do I agree with what? Lively cuts. You have to be more detailed. A hole is a hole. Oh my god. What happens if it's a surgically made vagina? Really, Ash? What the hell? Yeah. Well, for the transportation disabled veteran, I don't have the money for it. It's not covered by the insurance. So yes, Philly, it is. It is. Further scientific, yes. Media distraction, yes. That's okay. Disabled, Philly smoke and media. Well, this person with the San Francisco logo. You guys are some real ass people. I respect you guys. I respect you guys. It's a media distraction. See, this person knows. This person knows what's going on. This is a media distraction. You guys got to remember the Epstein files are out there. You guys got to remember Charlie Kirk knew things about this Epstein file case. That's the reason why this innocent life was taken. Well, I believe that's one of the reasons, but something else is going on. Yes. Hi, Karate Kid. Yes, I am trans. How some people aren't born comfortable in the body. I don't know. What? What? I don't know, but yeah, and it's like, we're not going to be going into some stupid, crazy story like what a lot of these woke transgender people say about their transition, because it's a lot of it's just fed bullcrap. The scientists will pay for it if they love new things. That's why they're always really, really disabled veteran. If that's the case, then yeah, sure, I'm down. I'm down, girl. Let me see. From the Epstein files, yes. A political person in the UK was just arrested for being affiliated with the Epstein files. See, here's the thing. Why is Donald Trump still free right now? So I want you guys to see another disgusting piece of shit garbage of a human being. So this person is promoting violence and promoting murder right here. This piece of shit coward right here is promoting violence right here. Let me see. Pearl? No, I don't, honey. You look pretty. Thank you. Got the followers. Yes. Yeah, violence coming from people like this too. People like this needs to be put in prison. People like this burn the government. People like this are the ones that's promoting violence. People like this person right here in the pinned comments. No, what are you guys doing? Burn the government. No, you guys, burning the government. That person's chill. It's this person in the comments. Thank you, Johnny. Oh my god. What's the point of the channel? There really isn't a point. It's just a channel with random things. Hi, Danny. Oops. Wrong button. The fuck out of here, Summer. Your bullshit ass. Report. Terrorism. There we go. Oh my god, this stupid screen on my phone. Okay, there we go. There we go. Make sure you guys also report that coward Big Red, please. Big Bad Red. Make sure that you guys report that piece of shit asshole. There we go. Okay. Nice to see you again. Thank you, honeys. Hi. Yes, Diet9. We do have evil and good on both sides. I give you so much. Oh my god. Hold on, you guys. Let me try to restart the stream. Hold on. There we go. I'm hoping that this will probably work. From Connecticut. Hi. I was recently at the air show. Which air show? I still got ice in here. Yes. I still got ice in my cup. No, you guys, not ice like that. Don't be an asshole thinking ice like that. We're not talking about that kind of ice. Before somebody makes a dumb comment saying that. Hi from Coachella. Hi. Hey, lady. Hi, see? I'm cute. What? Oh, yes. Where's the rest of my water? Oh. Ice cold water when you're talking and your voice is fried. Oh, girl, I go to the gas station. I get ice in there. Yeah, honey. Sariah is still in here? Hi, Sariah. I didn't even know he was still in here. Don't ever compare me to Chris from Mr. Beast. Yeah, it's still hot. Yeah. I'm trying to see where in the hell is that thing of ice that I had. I don't know where in the hell it's at. Yeah, so I don't know if I told you guys, but she and her edit. I don't know if I told you guys, but I broke my pinky nail back on Monday. I was reaching into the car and yeah, I broke my nail all the way up to here. So I had to take off my acrylic and I've been on antibiotics. And well, if anybody knows anything about the medical side of antibiotics, let's just say it involves a lot of bathrooms. So yeah, I'm back on probiotics. Yes. So yeah. Oh yes, it hurts. It hurts. Let me see if I can find. The fuck out of here, Reeds. Coward. What, just because your tranny chasing ass says Fenton Love? Fuck out of here. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna show you guys what the finger looks like. There we go. And so this is when I was getting my nail clipped off. I had a electrical blockage. I had 3 electrical blockages. Riding my bike. Oh, that's not good. Do I speak English? Well, of course. Hi, Johnny Bean. Who is Marquez? Oops. 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 Edits. Come back, honeys. My bad. My bad, edits. I don't think you were talking to me. No, I'm not, Barbara. Okay. So this is a electrical blockage. This is where they put Novocaine into your system from here, and I got another one up here. There's my acrylic. Are completely different. Yes, they are. Well, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know shit about the military like that. That was the nail right after the break. Let me see. Hi, Johnny B. I like Johnny B. He's cool. He's really cool. Not too often do we get a cool person in here. Let me see if I have another photo of it. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I have another photo of it. So. Why do I need to, Rose? Are you gonna pay for everything? I probably don't support your lives or views, but don't pay attention to those idiots on it. Exactly, Patrick. Who are you calling that to, edit? Because I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt earlier, edit, but if you're doing what I think you're doing, I'm going to kick your ass out of here real quick. Already crude? I don't know. I don't know shit about Air Force. I really don't. Maybe more about Army, but I don't know nothing about Air Force. To be completely honest, I don't know nothing about it. You still get bullied at school, but you don't need to be bullying other people to self-reflect your bully. Queering around and smoking treads. Oh my god. Exactly, Danny. And it's sad. It's really sad because it's like, when this tragic incident that happened with Charlie Kirk, we got these sick, inhumane, garbage people that consider themselves human that thinks it's funny to make jokes about his passing, trying to make jokes about trannies with what happened to him. Like, it's disgusting. Yeah. Like this piece of shit right here. You see this piece of shit right here? Oh, Sabrina already got it. That's because we already got the comments out of here, Dylan. That's why. People don't need to see ignorant, idiot comments. Oh, no, Rose. No, honeys. Hi, Celine. Selin? Kale? Hi. How I feel about aliens? I feel aliens are very real. Yes. I think aliens are real. Was I a Charlie Kirk fan? I didn't agree with a lot of the stuff that he said, but do I condone what happened? Like, do I agree what happened to him? No, absolutely not. I don't agree anybody deserves what happened to him. So, no, I don't care how much you dislike somebody. Nobody deserves what happened. But I'm from Turkey. Hi. I'm going out of your way to spread hate. Yes. Lots of love to Charlie Kirk's family. Yeah, because you guys, he was a father. He was a father and a husband and a human. He's a human just like the rest of us. So video shorts about taco night? Oh, honey, I haven't been doing taco night for a while. Well, I've been doing it, but I haven't been streaming it. So what are you, that white dude that tried to battle Charlie Kirk to a fist battle, Max? You know what I do? I take pieces of shit garbage like you that thinks it's a joke that somebody got killed. So I take pieces of shit like you that wants to troll and wants to sit there and harass people like what you're doing and what your little buddies are doing. And I take them out of my stream because I don't want disgusting pieces of shit like you in my channel. That's why. Giant Pikachu, thank you. So what you want to debate about, Max? There we go. Rude comments? Yes, they are. Promoting? Yes, right. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Johnny. Yes. What about it? You're the one that wants to be an asshole right now. So what's your question? Max, hurry the fuck up and ask your questions before I kick your ass out again. Making all your fake ass accounts. Trying to bully trans people. So, what's your questions, Max? Well, yeah, Kat, there's actually videos of it that happened on TikTok. Which I'm really surprised that TikTok even actually have it on footage. Why do trans try to look unattractive? Because a lot of them are fake. A lot of them are people who are pretending to be trans, trying to put a bad look in the trans community. Trying to destroy the trans image. Yeah, it's not a good video. I actually have a video about that on my YouTube channel, Max. Oh, Sabrina looking stunning today. Thank you, honeys. Hi, Mila. Hi, Ash. Oh, well. So you had your answer literally right there in my video. So you want to come into my stream being a hateful asshole against trans people, and you want to know what's the difference between a fake trans and a real trans. Well, I have a video. I also have a video of the difference between a transgender and a transsexual. Your question was literally answered. I told you to go watch my video. Yeah, you are a coward, Matt. So you're a piece of shit. So, Max, what's your other question? What's your question, Max? Who, Kate? You talking about me? Or are you talking about this asshole Max right here? People like Max is probably the one who did this action. People like this asshole is the one that has all this rage bait trying to kill people. Right. Hi, Epar. Oh, you getting mad because I'm not answering your stupid question? Yeah, I can tell you that you agree. You know why? Because you're an asshole that doesn't understand shit about the whole entire trans community. Right, Charlie Kirk? Yes, honeys. I already asked you, what is your question? Poor Matt's sad soul. Exactly. See, he literally asked me, what's the difference between a fake trans and a real trans? I literally have a video on my channel, but he refuses to watch it. He refuses to watch it. See, he wants to rage bait on the comment section of my live stream, but yet he doesn't want to take the time to go watch the video. So I'm not going to be repeating things that I've already made a video about on my channel. He just acting like a fucking idiot. Do you have any other questions, Max? Or are you just going to keep trying to suck fucking trannies' asses? You're going to try to keep trying to find dick here to suck? You have any other questions? Then get the fuck off my shit, Max. Simple as that. If you want to be a little bitch and not trying to watch my videos and trying to defame my channel so much, if you don't want to do it, so be it. You don't have to be here, Max. So do you have any other questions? Because I've already answered your one. So. People like Max are the reasons why we had the shooting that happened to Charlie Kirk. People like Max are the ones that deserve to be in prison. Play GTA 5? I've been wanting to. Yeah. Views on the incident? I think it was an inside job. Yeah, but the thing is, people like Max is the reason why we have violence. People like Max is extremely violent. People like Max that was in this channel that doesn't want to ask stupid ass questions like this bitch right here, Max. This is the reason why we have violence in this nation. Oh, did he, Max? So, Anifa writings on 3 bullets that remained in the rifle that shot Charlie Kirk. So, would you care to share the links of where you found that information? Because I haven't seen anything about this case since this morning. Yeah, you are a problem. Because you know why you're a problem, Max? Is because you're so hateful. You're such a disgusting, evil person that you think it's fine and you think it's funny to harass and bully trans people. People that hasn't even done nothing to you. So people like you that have a lot of hatred in your heart, people like you that have a lot of hatred in your life, people like you that hate people just because of what they are, people like you, Max, is a reason why we have evil pieces of shit that exist in society. But you do hate me. All you did since you've been in my stream was talk shit. I started insulting you after you were insulting me. The whole chat's seen it. The whole fucking chat has seen it, Max. You're a hateful motherfucker. You really are. You're a hateful motherfucker. And right now you're trying to deny it. Like you're going to sit here and try to tell almost 100 people in here that you weren't trying to hate on me in my stream. Calling me names, insulting me, talking shit, calling me out for a debate. You know what the difference between a fake transsexual and a real transsexual, Matt? I'm actually gonna answer your stupid ass question right here because you're so fucking lazy that you don't want to watch my video on my YouTube channel because you hate me so much that you are lying to 104 people that's in this channel now. You know what the big differences between transgender and transsexual, and you want to know what's fake and what's real. Real transsexuals actually go through a medical transition. Real transsexuals actually are medically diagnosed with gender dysphoria, gender dysmorphia. A lot of the transgenders, they don't agree with that. They don't actually agree that you have to medically transition to become trans. They think that you can be trans being anything, including non-binary or they or them. That's not what being a transsexual is. There's a difference between transsexual and transgender, but the thing is, you're such an asshole that you want to sit there and rage bait on my comments and actually talk shit about me and my channel that you actually don't want to take a couple minutes out of your fucking filthy, disgusting, hateful fucking life and actually go on my channel and actually look at the video that I have actually posted, the beginning of this year, end of last year that I posted that video up. And I'm also working on another video too. So people like you, Max, is a reason why we have evil pieces of shit out here. People like you, Max, is a reason why we have people that promote physical violence. People like you, Max, need to be put in prison. People like you are not safe to be walking on the streets. People like you, Max. And yes, you do hate trans people too. Ever since you came into my stream, stop trying to lie to 109 people here. Ever since you came into my stream, you've been nothing but hatred ever since you've been in here. Only one that's angry is you calling people's names from the beginning, so. Hold my beer. That's funny. Hi, BFAS. Not really. No, you weren't giving your opinion. You were insulting me. You were insulting me and calling me insults. And then, debate me, debate me. And then when I told you I have a video to answer your question, you acted like an asshole. So, no, it wasn't just your opinion. You're spreading hatred. So, your opinion, your version of opinion is hatred towards trans people. That's your opinion, right? So, that's what your opinion is, right? Your version of your opinion is calling trans people names and spreading hatred just because you want to debate because you're too fucking lazy to go look at a channel. Yeah. It sure is. Hi, David. You can't even see my chest. Wait, yeah, you can't even see my chest. Well, actually, you could a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if Mats wants to change his ways because at the end of the day, if he wants to keep being an asshole, then he can get the fuck off the stream. Simple as that. What the fuck? Let me see, you guys. Hold on a second. Do you believe that hate speech can be made by anyone, race or gender? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You didn't ask an honest question, Swill. You asked an asshole question. Hate speech? Yeah, simple. You want me to read it to you? Let me see if I can pull up your channel activity. Oh, I can't pull up your comments. Okay. So, hate speech, like for example, when you called me an asshole, or you called me all these different type of insults, um, debate me asshole. You remember what you said earlier on debating you? So, you don't call that hate speech? Let me see if I can back these comments up a little bit. So, this is one example of hate speech. So, you see the pinned comment here? So you never truly change genders. So you're being transphobic. Never said that you can completely change genders. Never said that you can change sex. Gender is a social construct made by human beings. So when you transition, you're editing. You can't change genders completely. So that right there is already one fact of hate speech. Another one of hate speech is trying to spread false information that I supposedly said that you can change chromosomes, which is right here in the pinned comments from Max. Never said you can change chromosomes. Never said that. You're trying to spread false information, and you're trying to be an asshole, and again, being transphobic. Here we have Max having an attitude. You're finally going to answer me. Let me see. Let me pull up some more. Let me see. So here's another one. Hate speech. Trying to say he wasn't saying anything that was hate speech. You're in denial just because I don't agree with what you're saying, just because you don't agree with what I'm saying. That thinks that you think you have a right to insult people. Yeah, no, doesn't work like that. And that's as far as I can go in the comments. What? Refuse to see your humanity. Exactly. I know he's an idiot. Yeah, exactly, honeys. Yes, be fast. Yes, honeys. Okay. Okay. Appreciate your input. Thank you, honeys. Yeah, it's a small ignorant mindset, right? Oh my god. Don't worry, Eric Strong. If Max get kicked out, you'll join him too. Don't worry. Video short, Rose. I haven't did anything on my video shorts for a while. Yeah. So Lisa said. So this coward said, and Lisa is a coward because she's also a transphobic asshole. So Lisa wants to protect bullies and wants to protect people who are transphobic and sexist, really, and racist too, because I'm pretty sure they're also hating on light-skinned individuals. So this piece of shit coward Lisa said, your idea of hate speech is truths that you happen to hate. Who says I hate it? Who says I'm hating what they're saying? See, you're assuming things that your bitch ass doesn't know, Lisa. The hate is not in what is said, but in your heart that you cannot receive the truth. Literally, these are people who are literally trying to rub in my chat and my comments of things that I've said. Like, for example, I've named it numerous times in my channel. You cannot change chromosomes. But we have assholes like Max that is over here trying to say that I'm delusional and thinking that you can. Again, I posted this up for over a year on my channel. I'm not a woke trans woman. I'm an anti-woke trans woman. I believe in reality. But you're just too much of an asshole and too much of a pathetic loser, Lisa, to actually investigate and actually look into my material first before you open up your fucking mouth. That's the problem with people like you, Lisa. You're automatically assuming things like what Max did. So you are a supporter of bullying. You are a supporter of hate speech. You are. Your ignorance just proves this. Hate is not traveling the country, encouraging discussion. Make it make sense. I just literally answered that question, Crimson. Loftwing. Am I atheist? No. Let me see. How long has BlazeCon been in here? BlazeCon, you want to help out temporarily? Take out some of this trash? But you did assume. You did assume things, Lisa. You just, you're not going to get out of that. Your comment literally said it. Let me see. Y'all don't mean November? Rose, I don't know, honey. I haven't been streaming it for a while. What do I feel about Charlie Kirk? I think it's an inhumane monster. What happened to him? Well, I tried giving you a chance, Max. Get the fuck out of here. Thank you, Max. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to be insulting me on my stream anymore. I gave you chances, but... Let me see. Ash. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, honeys. So, yes, BlazeCon. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Do I believe in God? Yes, I do. Why'd I kick Mats? You want to be next? I can kick you too. I think Eric Strong needs to be kicked too. Eric Strong was also trying to support hatred. Same thing with James Brown. He needs to get kicked too. There we go. Here you go, BlazeCon. You can help out. You can get the trash out of here. There we go. You're a mod, BlazeCon. Temporarily, but you're a mod temporarily. I'm trans too. Love your nails. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, honeys. Okay. Well, I gave what's his name mod because he's been in my streams. If you've been in my streams on a consistent level, I can do temporarily mod. Not everybody, but some people. Especially if I really need it. Yeah. I love your shirt. Thank you. Right? I like both, honey. I'm bi. I like both. Exactly, Lisa. Exactly. Exactly. See, Lisa, me, we had our differences, but I'm thinking this will tie our knot here. Um Hair up? No. Well, I've already showed that before. Your bias? Yes. The shooter's not trans, Brandon. That person that you guys are referring to from Twitter, that man that is claiming to be trans, even if that was the suspect, that person's not trans. That person's a dude pretending to be trans. But the person who supposedly did this to Charlie Kirk was this person right here. This was supposedly who's the one that did it. You want me to block you, Jim? Because I can block you right now. So supposedly this is the person who did the assassin. Yeah, supposedly is the word. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to be next class time? I don't block people for asking questions. I block people like you that wants to be a coward and bully trans people. You're the reason why we have hatred in this country. You're the reason why we have hatred and diversity here. People like you are the reason why. Okay, Jim. All right, you're done. You're not going to be transphobic in my channel. You're done. Okay. Thank you, honeys. No, because at the end of the day, yeah. So at the end of the day, it's not right what happened to Charlie Kirk. It's not right. I don't care if you believe his viewpoints or not. It's not right. Not right. Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. They don't know religion. No, a lot of people don't believe in religion. Well, I don't really have like a set religion, honey. I believe in God. I can't say I'm a diehard Christian. I can't say I'm a diehard Catholic. I was raised in a Christian household. My mom is Christian. She's a diehard Christian. At the end of the day, I believe in God, and that's it. God only. You know, I personally believe what happened to Charlie Kirk was a disgusting tragedy. It was horrible. At the end of the day, again, you guys don't have to agree with things, but taking somebody's livelihood, would you say that to try to keep this a little bit clean? That's not cool. Like you have no right to put somebody into that position. No right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're a child, you probably have to wait until you're 18. Yeah. Oh my god, why is my phone screen doing this? Yeah, and dog eat dog, at the end of the day, a lot of people in this community, they don't speak truth. Release the files. Yes. And I still strongly believe what happened with Charlie has to do with Epstein files. I still strongly agree that. Pikachu has a big blue fish, right? Yeah, exactly. Try loving and accepting yourself, honeys. At the end of the day, if you're young, give it time. Give it time. Yeah, exactly. Thoughts. Um, thoughts on Trump's B-Day card, birthday card. I think it was disgusting. So I don't know if you guys seen the pictures. I don't know if you guys seen the videos. I don't know if you guys seen. I think it was who was that late night show that did it? Jimmy Fallon? Was it Jimmy Fallon that did a I think it was probably Jimmy Fallon. I don't remember. But anyways, there was a couple late night shows that actually covered this topic. Colt Cabrera or whatever his name is. I think he was one of them. Anyways, I went through one of those what? You're running around blaming everyone but the shooter. Okay, sure. Make that make sense, living life. I literally said multiple times that the shooter needs to be put in prison for life. Good. No, I haven't. So, anyways, the birthday card. I'm really hoping that will land Trump into prison. He allegedly tried selling a female to Epstein for $22,500. There's a picture. There's a picture that was circulating on the interwebs. Now, I don't know if the picture's real. I don't know if it's true, but there's a picture of a big, huge check, and it was doing a joke about selling a female for $22,000 and some change. Um, there's also pictures of some kind of sketch that was drawn out about, like, drawn as a shape of a woman's figure, and it had a whole bunch of scriptures in there, like a whole bunch of like poem writing and crap like that. And Donald Trump's signature was on all this, but they're trying to deny it. Yeah, I'm not sure. How long is my hair? I don't know if the check was fake, honey. I don't really think it is fake. I think a lot of this is real. I think that Trump is doing a fantastic job of trying to fool and try to lie to the United States people. Um, I think that Trump needs to be put in prison for destroying the lives of millions of people in this country. Same thing with every other president that screwed us over. Let me see. It's Pikachu. Let me see. There we go. I think she was Popeye. What? That's funny. And you need to be put in prison, Peace. You're not peaceful at all. You're a piece of shit that needs to be put in prison. So, chat, I want you to also see another troll in here. Um, yeah, it's my neighbor. It's my neighbor's dog. No, no, it's not mine. Um, I want you guys to see another troll in here. Where is he at? So I want you guys to see the username of this person right here in the pinned comments, please. This is another troll from another channel. That's been... There we go. Reports. There we go. Losing money too. Oh my god. She and her. See, this person right here. This person right here knows for a fact that they're a troll coming from another channel. This person is also a sick fuck that promotes murder. This person right here. Thinking that it's funny to make a joke out of what happened with Charlie Kirk. Hi, Hernandez. This person right here is also another piece of shit that doesn't have any kind of sensitivity or humane feelings about other people's lives. This is another inhumane piece of shit. Yeah, these are all evil people. Is who I'm posting right here on the comments. The pinned comments, these are all evil people. There we go. Because they're pieces of shit, they're not human. Exactly. Exactly, A18. What? Well, not just that pride, but we also need these people to be put in prison. Oh, it's the kid from Art. What? Oh, what? I think so, Sabrina. I think so right now, honeys. But it's okay, honeys. I'm helping you, sweetie. Am I evil? No, I don't think so. If they're purposely doing very hatred comments, just beat them out. They don't need to be here. Pride of Freedom, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Yes, honey. Yes. See, like this person right here, this is another piece of shit. Inhumane bastard right here. This person right here in the pinned comment. Ask your mom, Nick. Let me see. Neither is you, Rico. What makes you so special that people will actually pay attention to your stupid ass comment? There we go. Liberal woman with spectrum piercings. To be exact, right? Hi, Swan. Charlie Kirk is a political talker. Would you say that? Glock says, "Are you mad? He died. He was sort of against people like you. No offense, just a question." Well, at the end of the day, you guys, Charlie Kirk wasn't. He wasn't exactly like that. You know, he didn't support trans ideology, but at the end of the day, if he's not trying to do something to eradicate trans people, which, as far as I know, he wasn't, but if he... Now, if I'm wrong, point it out if I'm wrong, right? But at the end of the day, yeah, I know he didn't really support trans people, right? There's still people he had talks with, people he had conversations with, such as Blair White. Charlie Kirk and Blair White had an interview. They both talked about the things. Blair White's a trans woman. You know, even Blair White knows that you can respectfully disagree on things and keep it professional, keep it nice, keep it civil. You don't need to be taking somebody's self away. We just call it that, just because you don't agree with somebody. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he actually did love trans people. He was a Christian. Yes, I don't know, honey. I really don't know. Where's the water? I gotta get it. I really gotta get my water. Yeah, Charlie Kirk is still human. And even bought her dinner. Really? I gotta check that out. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, my clothes too. Well, I'm waiting. Danny says he went onto a podcast with OnlyFans model. Oh, really? Thank you, Arlene. Thank you. Let's go, Dodgers. Well, honey, I've been talking about this for 101 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, he did not deserve it. Yeah. It's it's so sad. It's disgusting. It's literally disgusting how people are mocking or making fun of it. Let me see. Hi, pretty girl. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. I know I really got to do my clothes too. Yeah. Hi, Soraya. Yes, now we got some more mods. When we get enough mods in here, I'm going to finish up my clothes. Yes, yep, that's true. That's true. He does want to see everybody like that. My people? No. Sorry, you want to know who did the assassin? Supposedly. This is supposedly who did it. So before you try to blame a whole entire organization, this this is supposedly the person who pew-pewed Charlie Kirk right here. Supposedly this person. This person's not trans. This is a full grown-ass male. This is a college-aged male. This is not trans. So, think again before you make assumptions that you don't know. Yeah. A woman can't hit that shot. That's kind of sexist. Just kidding. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know. There's women out there that do really good shit. Preach head says insider shot. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I think that Trump had something to do with this. 100%. I personally believe he did. I personally believe that Trump had a lot to do with this because of the Epstein files. Because Charlie Kirk knew things about the Epstein files that the general public didn't know. So Trump and JD Vance, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, all these high end officials, all these names that are on the Epstein files, Charlie Kirk knew some things that we didn't. So, how do you take care of that? You get rid of it. That's how you take care of it. Disgusting. Evil, inhumane. Evil, 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 evil. Yes. Shooter's still running. Yep. And he is. can hit. Yeah, well, it's only, I think, A18. I think the shot was only 500 yards away. Pikachu in the back, yes. Hmm. Do you think it was an excuse to also step closer to martial law or even more policing within America? What? Well, give me a little bit more detail, honey. Give me a little bit more detail. What you like? Do you think it was an excuse to also step closer to martial? You talking about the assassin? I think it was a cover up. I'm again like we're talking about. I think it's an inside job. Um, Pretending that it was some innocent well, not innocent, pretending to be it was some random suspect they don't know. This person was paid to do this. This person was definitely paid. This person was definitely given something. You know, maybe it was the blood of a youth. Maybe it was the soul being sold to the devil. Maybe it was extreme wealth and power. This person was given something to take out Charlie Kirk in exchange for something else. Maybe like what Hira is saying, a step. Let me pin this comment, you guys, so if you guys don't know which one I'm reading here in the chat. Um Maybe it is a cover up for a step to be closer to martial law of the United States, or that too of policing America, because we're already almost to martial law right now. We're already policing. A lot of people don't think that it's here, but it is. America is being policed every single day. Every single day. Nobody has a right. Nobody has a right to defend themselves. Criminals always have more rights. People don't have the right to say something. Nothing. Like, no, it's going downhill. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, Cerez. He's allegedly the suspect. And public can scare the shut up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Illuminati. Yes, honey. Yeah. Yes, exactly, Glot. So that's another reason why we think that this job was an inside job. There was actually a couple men that Charlie was sitting next to. One guy was going like this, something like on his shoulder, whatever. The other guy kept on messing with his hat. Those could be signals. I don't know. It's a really screwed up situation. It really is. No, no, he did. Hi, Cassie. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. It's a whole screwed up situation. I'm doing pretty good. What about you? A Pride of Freedom. Not just okay, let's go Dodgers. This person's also a real one here in the chat. Let's go Dodgers. This person, he or she, this person's a shit. This person knows their things. This person said right here in the pinned comments, you guys, so you guys know what I'm reading. Not just Republicans are against the files being released. Exactly. Democrats are in that file too. You know, Joe Biden might be in there. Barack Obama might be in there. Hillary might be in there. George Bush might be in there. Clinton. Who knows what the names are in this book, or not the book, but the files. I wish so too. I like the no bra. I'm pretty nice. How do you know I'm not wearing no bra, Cassie? He did jump down from the roof, though. Yeah. He's not an accomplice. The security guard? Which security guard? I gotta see that one that you're talking about. Charlie hated blacks. I don't know about that because Charlie had a lot of, African American people. He had a lot of whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you guys label black, African, or whatever the hell you guys want to call it. He had a lot of black friends. He had a lot. Plus, I kind of think, like, I don't know. I don't see what's the problem of having different nationalities for friends or relationships, but future isn't looking good, right? Right? Yes. Yes, class time. Yes. I sub, thank you. Thank you. A cheap drone would have prevented his death. Yes, Jaren, you're absolutely correct. Jaren, weren't you in here earlier? Well, the thing is, Cerez, we don't know. Bill Clinton, yeah. We don't know. We don't know, honeys. We absolutely do not know. Thank you, Hera. Thank you. Let me see. There we go. Oh my god, I am not talking about this whole Charlie Kirk thing all over again. We've been talking about it for over 100 minutes. I just thought it was Trump's doing. I think it is. I think Trump has to do with it, yes. And so I do pretty chill. Thank you, Clocks. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. And it's just like, for example, with his views on trans people, there's a lot of things that he said about trans people I definitely don't agree on. But does that mean he deserves what happened? Definitely not. He's a human. Oh. Say it to yourself too, Brandon. Not just me, honey, but to everyone. You too, Dodgers. Come back anytime. You're welcomed anytime. Right? Crazy cat person. Hi. I know, Sabrina. I haven't been on here for a while too either. Um, let's get these clothes done in my water. Mods. Am I gonna have your help real quick? That way so we can keep um the comment section clean while we do this stuff, because we all know a lot of these haters are cowards. Break Russia up into 5 different parts, and Russia says, what does faithful mean? Thank you, Cabby. Yeah, but the thing is, honey, no matter which way you look at Charlie Kirk, it still doesn't justify taking a life. I'm sorry, but I personally feel that no human has a right to take a life. You're not God. I think the only one that decides who lives and who dies is Jesus Christ. That's my personal opinion. Now, not everybody's going to agree with that. Not everybody's going to agree with it, right? Some people believe in war. Some people believe that some people, deserve to get pew-pewed, war. Okay, well, that's your opinion. Me, I don't promote violence. I don't like it. I don't like people pew-pewing each other. I really wish that all of us humans will get along. I really wish that all of us humans will survive and live. I'm a big, big, firm believer that this isn't the only human species that ever existed on this plane. In this dimension, I don't believe that we're the only humans that ever existed. I think we had other human species before us. They used the power for bad. I've talked about this in streams before. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We talked about this before, right? At the end of the day, nobody should have the right to take another person's life. Like, no, it's sad. It's sad. It's like, I get it. People are bad. I get it. People do things that are bad, right? But still, I'm I, I'm one of those bitches that believe, leave it up to God. Leave it up to God. Leave Jesus, God, to do as he needs to do, or whatever way that you want to see God. Some of you don't even believe in God. Okay, that's fine. That's your beliefs. And again, I have no right to sit there to bash you for what you believe, right? It's the same thing for here. I'm a tranny. You don't have to support it. We just want love. I'm just asking for love and respect as a human being. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for any kind of hatred, transphobia, sexism, racism. I'm not asking for any of that. We are at the point of human civilization where I really wish all of us loved each other. Do I agree with things in this trans community? No, I don't. Do I agree with things, what happened in political crap? No, I don't. But at the end of the day, it's okay not to it's okay to not accept things. It's okay to do things, right? As long as you have the love and the respect as a human being. It's simple as that. Just like, for example, if somebody doesn't want to date me just because I'm trans, I'm not going to label you as a transphobe just because you don't want to date me that I'm trans. No, no. It's just because nobody wants to date you, just because you're a trans woman, that person is not automatically labeled as a transphobic person. No. Hi, Hawaii. What do you guys think about kids going to drag shows at bars? I think it's absolutely disgusting. The trans people, what? Yeah. Yeah. Honey, I'm not transgender. I'm transsexual. So, this is a perfect example of a narcissist, delusional, transphobic fuck. Right here, you guys. A poor girl in a train. Yeah, we'll talk about that right now, Clogs. I don't hate trans LGBT, but this is sad. But you do hate trans people when you're saying that we're sad. That is so delusional and narcissistic that you're talking about right now. Um, Evan Group, I have a video on my YouTube channel. So, let's hurry up and cover this transphobic person right here, real quick. This um person that wants to hide behind this person who wants to hide behind God's name in vain and wants to hide the transphobic hatred. So this person right here in the pinned comments, because they're not going to be worthy enough for me to even mention their names for clout. So this person says, why should someone love you if you can't love your own self? Being trans make you mask yourself and hide from what God created. So where's your evidence of your theory? So where's your evidence? Because last time I checked in the Christian and Catholic Bible, the closest thing to what I'm doing as a sin is wearing the other sex clothes. It's wearing a woman's clothes. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that it's against God's will to actually change your body. Also, another sin is laying with the same sex. So if you're laying with a male and you're a biological male, that is also can be considered a sin in the Christian Bible. Now, I'm bi, so if you really want to go with strict Christian values, then yeah, okay, that can be a sin. And that can be also sin wearing women's clothing. But nowhere in the Bible does it ever say that you cannot change your body, modify your body. Now, of course, some of these narcissistic cowards that try to hide behind God's name in vain would actually sit there and be like, oh, well, your body's a temple, and that's the way that God designed it. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? I want to know where's the proof, because you got to remember the Bible was altered by human species. The Bible was altered by human. The Bible was altered by man. Oh, so Sabrina, can you prove that? Well, can't really prove it, just like you can't prove that this Bible is the same scripture that was written when Jesus Christ was on this planet. Can you? You can't. You can't. You can't prove it. Nobody can prove anything. So at the end of the day, your narcissist behavior, like games right here, oh, you gotta insult me when I'm calling you out. Oh, you're gonna make an ass of yourself. Oh. Narcissist people like you that want to hide behind God's name in vain got to be over here insulting people. Here, the thing is, here's the thing, games. I'm not like you. I'm not a sheep. I actually believe in real shit. I believe in God is not a bigot like what you are, James, or Games. I believe that God is not an asshole like you are. I believe that God is not going to sit there and throw people out of heaven just because they're trans or they're gay. You're so fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid, Games. You really think God is such a despiteful king? He would throw somebody out of heaven just because they're gay or they're trans? Oh, it's a sin. It's a sin. Motherfucker, 99% of the people that's in existence is doing sin every day. Cussing, lying, cheating, stealing. You can't fix stupid sometimes, I guess. You really can't. We're all sinners. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Cussing is a sin? Supposedly it is, yes. If you believe in a man written Bible, then yes, it is. I don't really believe everything that's in the man written scripture because you don't know if it's true. How do you know that the devil hasn't modified the Bible? How would you know that Satan hasn't modified it? How do you know that Lucifer hasn't modified the Bible? How would you know that Lucifer hasn't modified the church? See, you guys are forgetting how powerful this evil piece of shit is, how powerful Lucifer is. Oh, you gotta insult somebody calling them a clown. Oh, what a fucking piece of shit. Grow the fuck up, Games. You're a pathetic piece of shit. Oh, fuck out of here. All right, so who else wants to be transphobic so we can kick your ass out of here? More love in this world? Exactly. Oh, here we go, chat. Here's a death threat. Here's a death threat right here. Here we go, chat. I want you guys. Let me screenshot this too. This is a death threat right here. There we go. All right, guys. All right. So, chat, I want you guys to see how much of a piece of shit people can be. Yeah, I've already screenshotted your shit, you dumb motherfucker. So, you guys, make sure that you guys get this comment right here. There we go. Exactly right. So this is another person that wants to do a death threat too. That's also agreeing with it. That's so right. This person's actually backing up the person who was doing a death threat. There we go. Where's that? Mods, can you guys get that person who made the death threat originally? Where was that person at? Well, I got it on screenshot, but that's fine. Where was that person at? Mods, can you help me out with the newer comments, please, while I look for that person? I'm trying to find that person. There we go. There we go. I was saying that it's sad that Charlie got... Who says I'm taking another way, James? I'm talking about these people who are actively trying to promote murder. There we go. Okay. Good shit, Sabrina. Good shit. Yeah. Yeah, might as well, because Edits wants to protect people who believe in murdering people. There we go. Let me see. There we go. All right. So, Carlos, go ahead and tell me, when have I ever said that I supported the pew-pew of Charlie Kirk, please? Exactly. There's no evidence of it, too. So, Carlos, can you please answer that question, please, before you make a assumption that makes you look like an ass? Could you please answer that question? They're all full of hate. Exactly. These trolls in here, they're full of hate. Extreme hate, too. They're spreading hate, yeah. Let me see. Well, if you don't like it, Stinky, you don't have to be here. I've already taken care of it, Collab. Did you celebrate being a piece of shit, Sid, or no? No, you want to make a false assumption, Collab, so why don't you actually do it? Debate about what, Nathan? Okay, there we go. No, your nails are gorgeous, thank you. Why am I close to the camera so I can see it? No, you weren't asking a question, Sid. You're just being an asshole right now. You're just being a piece of shit, inhumane motherfucker. Who in the hell wants to celebrate? What kind of right-minded individual wants to celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk? You're a piece of shit. You're a disgusting piece of shit. If you even think that question was even remotely funny. Oh, so me silencing people's hate comments is silencing freedom? Okay, well, Christian, you're out. Bye-bye. Get the fuck off my stream if that's how you think. If you don't like it, then don't be here, Christopher. Simple as that. Pokemon Swat, thank you. Fuck. Troopa is from Mario? Oh, I don't know. Right. Let me see. So where's your proof, Carlos? So we're going to revert back to Carlos' original comment. This is some really stupid statement that he made earlier. So this dumb piece of shit wants to make a joke about Charlie Kirk's death. You believe in murdering Charlie. So what made you even think of that? I really want to know what sick-minded piece of shit you are to even think of something that stupid to even ask. Like, what's going through your head? Like, are you, like, glad that that happened to him? Are you that hatred towards trannies that you want to try to sit there and think that trannies are some fucking disgusting pieces of shit that will actually support crap like this? Like, what's going through your head? Right? Right. My girl's. I get it done at a little Vietnamese shop. And I got acne again. Damn it. Was offensive term now to you people? Well, when you're not trans, yes. Going too far from both parties. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. This is going too far. Remember the color? Fireworks. Fireworks red. All right. Why in school? That'd be cool. So it's okay when you guys say it, but plain Janes can't use it. I don't. If I know the person, they're not trans, like my sisters. Yeah, sure, whatever. You know, they're my sisters. I know who they are. You know, but at the end of the day, there's certain things that certain people can say because that's what they are. It's like I'm a firm believer of somebody that's saying the term retarded or stupid. If you have ADHD, like in my case, I was diagnosed with mental issues since I was a kid. I was diagnosed with glasses since I was a kid. I was diagnosed with ADHD since I was a kid. I was diagnosed with it. I'm a complete fucking mess. So when you have somebody like us that have mental diagnosis through doctors, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be really too much of a factor saying all cartilages from Charlie's had engravings. Oh, that one just came out. Okay. So that one that person asked earlier, said earlier. But it just really depended on things. It's not rules, just common sense. You're just being trolling right now, Ferguson. You're just trolling right now. You know what it is. Right. Mm-hmm. What led you became trans? Well, I said this earlier in the stream. It's just being yourself. You wanting to be yourself. That's really all it is. It's getting a little too much. Yeah, from trolls like you that's trying to do anything for attention right now. Yes, it is. It should be the opposite. I think the content creator, which is me as the host, should be getting paid to be putting up with your bullshit on the chat on the chat here. I think that's what should be done. Actually, matter of fact, Turd, instead of trolling, start doing some gifts over here. I forgot I have the gifts thing turned on. There's super chat and there's gifts. Actually, as a matter of fact, Zeus, I'm gonna actually be in your mother's bathroom. You piece of shit, coward. Stop labeling trans people as predators and peds, maps, and child predators. You're a piece of shit, Zeus. And Sid is gone. I was waiting for you to say something stupid. There we go. Just like you, Collab, I was waiting for you to say something hatred too. All right. How do I find my sense of self? It's when I read hateful comments like yours, Nathan, and I remember how much of a good person that I am, and I remember how much of a positive, high vibration being that I am to put up with hatred people like you guys. That's how I put up with myself. That's how I find the energy. That's how I find my self peace. You know, I'm using haters like you and trolls like you guys to increase my vibrations and to increase my well being to make me into a stronger trans woman. That's what I do. So a lot of people ask me this question is, how do you put up with it? How do you do it? Simple. These haters on here, you people are clowns. You people are cowards that gotta bully trans people. You people on here are the reason why we have evil in this world, like what happened to Charlie Kirk, because of people like you that wants to promote violence, that wants to think violence is funny, think violence is okay, thinking that shit what happened with Charlie Kirk is okay because of people like you, basically people like you. This is a reason why I said this on multiple platforms. YouTube needs to be held accountable for this. Yeah, you are, Christopher. You are a hater. You're a big ass hater. First thing you came into my stream is opening your cock sucking mouth. You and Turd. Get the fuck off my stream. You're not going to be gaslighting me on my own channel. You got me fucked up. No, Alan, I can see you, honey. Hi, Sabrina. Person was schizophrenic. I don't care what that person was. At the end of the day, that person needs to be put in prison for stabbing that lady. There we go. I really wish that YouTube bans people's devices. This is the reason why we had evil, like what happened recently. Right, Dylan? That's on this question. Let me see. If your question is hateful, I'm going to ban you. Let me see. I would hope that people have more respect. Well, yeah. I don't see your question, honey. Kendall says, why do you need to be strong if you're going to be a girl? Well, who says anything about physical strength? Never said anything about physical strength. Oh, right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let Jacob in here. That's fine. You're not acting very femme. Why do you got to say femme like a wokey? Why don't you just say feminine? Act normal. Say normal things. You don't need to say femme. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how I act. I am what I am. And you have no dictation over it, Jacob. So, oh, and plus on top of that, Jacob, me defending myself against you transphobes, all you transphobes out here, this is not acting femme. This is being hateful. This is being bigotry. This is being targeting. This is being disrespectful just because I'm not going to sit here and put up with people like you and your cancel culture crew and your trans hating ideology group that you guys have here, your hate waves. I'm not going to sit there and put up with it, and I'm going to defend myself and just simply kick people out without even wasting my time to argue with them. Yeah, I think you need to look at your own values. Are women not allowed to be physically strong or mentally? Exactly, Dylan, right? Right? You're not letting me know. You're spreading hate. You're spreading hate, Jacob. Girls don't need to be fighting. Well, they shouldn't be. Girls should be queens and princess. Mm-hmm. You're not spreading the truth. Just because I'm defending myself against haters like you, Jacob, automatically that's you thinking I'm not acting feminine in your views. That's a hatred opinion. That's my opinion. Just like what you're saying right now. I'm not spreading head, which you're trying to say hate. I'm spreading the truth. Well, my version of truth is your shit you're saying out of your mouth, not acting femme. To me, that's you insulting me. So if you don't like it, you don't have to be here, Jacob. Simple as that. Nobody's hiding it, Alan. Alamison. Exactly, Topaz. Exactly. Well, it's not just transgender, it's trans in general. It's, yeah. How people say they're speaking truths when it's an opinion. Exactly, Copa. Exactly. I don't see your question. See, Alan, if you're trying to ask something and if it's not going through, there's a filter of what you're saying. Seek help. Oh, so now this person's actually insulting me now. So this coward Jacob says, I'm telling you the truth, which is a opinion, not truth. Maybe you be seek help, which you're trying to insult me, but you can't even spell, right? But probably not, and be shamed and back to whatever closet your ass crawled from. So you have to insult people. Fuck off my channel. So, Kai, here's another transphobic hater here. Here's another transphobic hater right here in the comments. Here, I'm going to pin this person right here. So, congratulations, Kai. You're the next transphobic piece of shit hater that is going to get the 15 seconds of fame here. So, Kai said, and to be honest, I don't think trans people should use the women's bathrooms. Trans men should use the men's toilets. So you're saying it's okay for a trans man to be using the men's bathroom, but it's not okay for a trans woman to be using the women's bathroom. Make that make sense. That's also very sexist what you're saying. So it's okay for a trans man to use a man's restroom, but it's not okay for a trans woman to use a women's restroom. How does that make sense? How does that make logical sense? How's that right? But it's not dangerous. It's not dangerous at all. So if you're going to be banning trans people from restrooms, then you should be banning both. And also, by the way, I'm going to fight you on that too, because you're not going to be taking my safety away just because of pieces of shit like you wants to view trans people as pedophiles or molesters or rapists like you're trying to make us sound to be. Because that's exactly what you're doing, Kai. Kai Welch is exactly. I have to write. All right. And people like Kai are the reason why we get hate on the trans community, because people like this garbage right here automatically assumes that every trans person is a pedophile or molester or a rapist. So this monsters like Kai is the reason why we have issues with bathrooms. Well, we also have issues with bathrooms with men that pretend to be trans too, which something that Kai's not. What? So Kai Welch. So if you're going to be transphobic and hating on trans people, why don't you actually tell the truth? Why don't you actually tell the truth for once? So if you're going to be hating on trans people being transphobic, why don't you actually say the truth instead of saying some bullshit lies right now? So why don't you actually say the truth, Kai? How come I don't hear transphobic people like you saying the truth that there's men pretending to be trans instead of just trans people in the bathrooms? Why don't I hear you say that? Exactly, Alan. Exactly. Made zero sense. No, no, you guys, Copa's fine. Copa's on our side. Copa's on our side. No, it's not the solution, Kai. See, when you make trans toilets, trans bathrooms that you're saying, you're literally getting trans target on their back. When a trans person uses a trans bathroom that you're trying to say in public, that's showing the whole entire public what the fuck they are. So when somebody who hates trans, and this has happened to me before where I have people who are transphobic that's literally trying to harass you just because they don't like the fact that you're trans. And just because it hasn't happened to you, Kai, people like you have no right and no business to even open up your fucking mouth to even say anything about a trans bathroom because you don't experience hate. You don't experience transphobia. You don't experience this shit. So you have no right to say anything about this. Oh, shit, open up a trans bathroom. So what, you can put a bigger target on your back for using the bathroom? No. No. Do I agree that fake trans people, men that pretend to dress like a trans woman, should stop using restrooms? Yes, of course. But a real trans woman? Okay, Blair White. So you want Blair White to be using the men's restroom and she getting raped in the men's restroom? You want Blair White to be going into a trans women's bathroom and get a bigger target on her back? Blair White passes as a woman. What do you think is going to happen to her when she comes out of that bathroom and everybody in the fucking store sees what's happening? It doesn't make sense. Yes, yes, honey. Feels like it should just be parents watching over their kid. Yeah. Why isn't parents watching their kids? Why? And then why do we still have people like Kai over here being transphobic and being a inhumane pieces of shit trying to label trans people as pedophiles and molesters and rapists, saying that it's not secure that a trans woman uses a restroom? What kind of sick piece of shit are you, Kai? You're literally trying to say trans people in a group is a security risk to a women's bathroom. We're not all Dylan Mulvaney's. We're not all Lily Tinos, motherfucker. We're not all Lily Tinos, Kai. Just because of Lily Tino, the dude that's pretending to be trans, was over here taking pictures of a woman in a bathroom, I'm glad that she sued him. I'm glad. But we're not all Lily Tinos, Kai. We're not all Lily Tinos. When I go into the bathroom, I take a shit. You know what I do when I go to the bathroom? I take a shit. My phone is in my purse. It's not outside. It's in my purse. I'm not taking pictures of women. I go to the bathroom. I pull my panties down and I pee. I sit down and I pee. I sit down and I shit. I sit down like every other woman in the bathroom. I do my business, get the fuck out, wash my hands, and leave. But we have pieces of shit like you that wants to sit there and try to label all trans women as pedophile molesters and rapists. And that's where I strongly disagree. You're actually hurting my safety, Kai. Because again, there's fake trans people, men pretending to be trans And there's real trans women out there that actually use the restroom for safety reasons. So let me reverse this question back onto Kai too. So if you're going to be banning trans people from using the bathrooms that they pass enough to use, right? If you notice how I say pass enough, I'm talking about people who are actually on hormones and actually do transitioning, right? So if you're going to be using the bathrooms, if you can't be using those bathrooms, right? So if we're going to be flipping it back and forth, right? So if you're going to be having a trans man using a bathroom, what are you going to feel? How are you going to feel when your girlfriend or your daughter is in the bathroom with a trans man that's 6'2", 6'3", muscles bigger than your head? Oh, so we don't want to talk about that, huh? You don't want to talk about that, huh, Kai? You don't want to talk about that? You don't want to talk about a trans man that's high on testosterone? Because you, so Kai, do you know what hormones do, Kai? Do you know that okay, let me back this up. Do you know what testosterone does? You know you know that testosterone raises sex drive, right? You know testosterone. You know that testosterone raises your libido, right? And it raises your sex drive, right? So when a trans man, now I'm not saying all trans men are horny, but when you're a trans man and you're on high levels of testosterone, you're gonna think it's all okay for a big ass trans man, huge ass muscles, buff as fuck, coming into the bathroom with your girlfriend, your mom, your girlfriend in there. You guys don't want to say that. You guys don't want to talk about the truth with that, but you're just automatically gonna label all trans women as pedophiles, molesters, and rapists. Got you. Got you. People like Kai is stupid as fuck. They're stupid as fuck. They're really extremely transphobic. It's disgusting how people like Kai think. It's really disgusting when it comes down to the bathroom issue. I should go back to one person, one bathroom. That might be a good thing. As long as it's not a gender bathroom, yeah, sure. So I thank you, Kat. Well, to be honest, I think that kids should be using the disabled toilets at the very least for any dangerous person. Honey, Kai, it doesn't matter what toilet that a child uses. If you're over here saying that it's okay for a biological woman that is a trans man to use a female's bathroom, you think a big ass trans man that takes testosterone for a living, you think that motherfucker's gonna care what kind of stall your kid is in? No. Rape, pedophilia, molestation can happen from anybody. It's not just trans that you're trying to make it out to be. It can happen from anybody. So stop labeling trans people as enemies in bathrooms, especially real trans people that actually do hormones and actually live their life as a woman or live their life as a man. You literally just said on your comment earlier, Kai. Your original comment was saying that trans women should be using the men's restroom. You can't back out of that now. Well, anyways, we've moved on from that bathroom shit. I made my point. What percentage of trans people also have social disorders? Quite a bit, probably. Pretty like. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. I grew up with one bathroom. Right, Timothy? You're still not getting it, Kai. And I'm still offended by your comments. I'm still offended that you're calling trans women pedophiles and molesters and rapists. That's the reason why they can't use the bathroom, because you're afraid that a trans woman will rape and molest or, be a pedophile to a child inside of a women's restroom, or to a girlfriend or to a mother inside of a women's restroom. So, let me tell you something, Kai. There's actually been situations in the past where I actually helped women in women's restrooms. I've actually helped men pretending to be trans, harassing women inside of women's restroom, just like Lily Tino that did in Florida at the Disneyland. You remember that Lily Tino dude that's over here taking pictures inside women's bathrooms, making women feel really uncomfortable? There's been situations really similar to that where I had to actually call security to get a motherfucker out of the bathroom. So don't be coming in here and trying to say that all trans women are pedos, molesters, and rapists inside women's restrooms, because they're not. The only ones that would be doing sick shit like that are men pretending to be trans, like Lily Tino. Stop labeling us as Lily Tinos. Stop labeling us as Dylan Mulvaney's. We're not all the same. All of us trans women, we're not the same. We're not the same. So I find that really offensive. I find that very offensive. I use the women's restroom out of safety. Plus, on top of that, women don't even care. Women really don't care. They see me as a woman. I respect women. I don't sit there, cause arguments with none of them. I don't sit there, make them uncomfortable. I'm not over there staring at them. You go in there, take a shit and piss, and that's it. But apparently to Kai here, trans women go in there to rape and molest and be a predator with children and to women and kids inside women's restrooms, according to Kai. When I was in high school, an old bloke went, "Hi, Sabrina." Thank you, Sabrina. Old bloke went into the girls' toilets and he'll still kept his job. Why is he keeping his job when he's in a restroom as a man? He was there to stop smokers, but should have been. Oh, I get it. Women do care? Well, yeah, of course they do. Oh, Carissa, you're a mod right here. You're a mod. I'm so, Carissa, you're the realest fucking chick right here. Oh my God, Carissa, you guys. There you go, Carissa. You're fuck that. You're a mod. Carissa is speaking truth. I'd rather have my child to be in a bathroom with trans women than a church filled with men. Oh, and by the way, Claire Jennings, women do care. Some of them do. It's mostly the insecure ones that trip about trans women. Um, at the end of the day, I get it. We're not for everyone. And let me just tell you too, Claire. Let me just be completely honest with you. And I've said this in my stream before, multiple times. I said this in my channel multiple times. If I'm ever around a woman that's not comfortable with me being a trans woman around her, I'll leave. See, here's a Claire Jennings. This is a difference between transsexuals and transgenders, right? Now, I'm not saying all transgenders are like this. Not all of them are, but a good majority transgenders are, right? Transgenders will harass that woman and call her a bigot, call her a bully, call her a sexist, call her a transphobe, just because she doesn't want to be around trans women, right? Well, transsexual women, if we ever have a woman that is not comfortable being around a trans woman, such as myself or any other transsexual woman, we will leave the situation. We'll step away from it. Again, how are you going to be a woman? How are you going to be a trans woman and not respect women? How are you going to... Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How you gonna try to be a trans woman and not respect women. If a woman is not comfortable with being around you as a trans woman, then gets to stepping. Get away. Leave her alone. You're in women's space now. I was born as a male, and I'm doing everything I can to transition into a transsexual woman. I got my boobies. I got things that's done on my body, which I'm not going to tell. I'm living my life as a woman, and I look up to women. Why would I sit there? Why would any level headed trans woman disrespect women like that? If they're, like, for example, if you're in a public setting and a woman's not comfortable with you being a trans woman around, like, okay, then step away. Like, just respect her boundaries. At the end of the day, you know, not everybody's going to accept it. Hi, Nun. Yes, yes, Kai. Acapella. Hi, thank you, thank you. What's your views with trans kids being given hormone blockers? Oh, I don't support it. I think a child needs to be an adult to be making a medical transition. Yeah, yeah, Roots, they do. They do. You don't even need Chat GPT for that. It's already in textbooks. It's already in studies. Most trans women have a mental disorder, a mental condition. That's literally what trans is. Gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria is a mental disorder. But you got some of these transgenders over here trying to say that it's normal to want to be a girl. So the government should look at us as normal people and take us off the DSM-5, which is complete bullshit. It's the stupidest thing that people can do in this community is take us off the DSM-5, because then insurance is not going to recognize us as a medical condition to help us out financially. So it's a very stupid thing that they're doing. Mm-hmm. I think Kai might be. Well, it's not just smart and honest. Well, I am honest. I am honest. It's not just about being smart, honey. It just I'm a realist. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not the enemy. I'm just a basic ass transsexual woman that sees things in a regular view, that sees things as a regular standpoint, that sees things in a realistic approach. And on top of that, I respect women. I want to be a woman, right? I want to live my life as a woman. I want to be treated like a woman. I want to be treated as a woman myself. I wish I was born as a woman, but unfortunately that didn't happen. I just want to live the life as best as I could as Sabrina, as a woman, and be treated like a woman. And you can't do that if you don't respect women. It's just like a trans man. Okay, you're a biological female. You're going to take testosterone, cut off your boobs, and you're trying to be a man, but you're disrespecting men. Oh, shit. Oh, my battery. My battery. Oh, no, 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 no. My stream's going to probably die. Oh, my God. Ooh, I almost caught my stream from dying. Okay, there we go. Oh my God. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. I almost caught my fucking phone from dying. Okay. Let me plug my phone in, chat. Okay, Poca. You too, honeys. Well, I don't know what you mean by 1 foot in, 1 foot out. What do you mean? I don't know what exactly you're trying to mean there, but Yeah, I don't know, honeys. I don't know what you're trying to mean. None. There. Calling it gender dysphoria is transphobic. Roots, I'm pretty sure these woke, far left liberals probably said that, but at the end of the day, everything you say is going to be sensitive to them. So, in compilation. At the end of the day, I don't care because I'm trans and I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to speak the truth of what really happens. I'm reading Nun's comment. Oh, pray to God about your disorder? Yeah, no, honey. I'm completely fine with my disorder, honey. I live to deal with it. Making sure I'm not banned or something. Yeah. No, none. And I mentioned this before in my streams. I've mentioned this before. Even if there was a cure for gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria, would I take it? No, absolutely not. At this stage of my life, I lived practically a quarter of my lifespan dealing with this. Would I give it up now if there was a cure for gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria? No, absolutely not. I'm happy. I'm content being with what I am. I've already made my peace with God. I've already made my peace with friends and family. That's it. That's all I need. I just need love, my friends, my family, and God. God is number one. And as long as I have God on my side, everything's fine. I don't know, Kai. I haven't seen that. Well, I don't know about paragraphs. Hi, pretty glass girl. I don't know about paragraphs, none, but I just seen you talking about asking God about the forgive asking God about help for your disorder. That's all I've seen, none. All right, Sabrina. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine. Mm-hmm. It does. It does, Dylan. What happened with Kirk? Tragic. I don't know, none. Honestly, I have filters, honeys. So, Daniel, do you think ADHD and depression and anxiety and PTSD is choices? Do you think that, Daniel? Because if you think gender dysmorphia and gender dysphoria is a choice, like what you're saying, right? If you're saying that's a choice, if you're saying a mental condition is a choice, so you do believe that ADHD, depression, anxiety, PTSD, you're trying to say that those are choices too. So people choose to be sad. Is that what you're saying? People choose to be hyper. People that go to war into military and sees horrific things. For example, what happened with Charlie, comes out of military after serving 12 years in armed services and is coping hard with civilian life because of all the torturous bullshit, inhumane crap that they see in the military. And the reason why I'm using this reference because I have half my family that's from the military. My cousin literally just got out of the military a few years ago, and he's dealing with PTSD because he's seen people's heads get cut off. So when you're saying that this is a choice, so you're saying that PTSD is a choice, correct? Is that what you're saying? Claire, false. Uh, Women actually do know when you're actually a real trans woman. Women can tell who's the difference between a real trans woman and a fake trans woman. A dude wearing a skirt or a dude wearing a dress with a big ass 8-inch penis bulge right between his nutsack and his thighs, trying to go into a woman's restroom with no tits and a beard and a mustache and a 5 o'clock shadow. I think women are very, very smart. I think women are the beautiful, smartest species ever to be created by God, by Jesus Christ. So that's actually false. So Daniel says no. So you do know that PTSD and anxiety and depression and gender dysmorphia and gender dysphoria is a mental condition, right? So I just don't see where's your logic on this, because you're saying that being trans is a choice. So you're saying that being PTSD is a choice. You're saying that people that are going through horrific memories, horrific, let's just say timelines of PTSD, horrific. I don't know what would you call it, because I don't have PTSD. Well, I do, but not in a military sense. Like, it's not that I don't have it in that kind of sense because I wasn't in the military. I have it from past, exactly, bigotry from what's happened to me in my past life as a male and when I started my transition. So there's certain things. There's a reason why I'm single. There's a reason why a lot of you people ask me this. Sabrina, why are you single? Why don't you have a boyfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend? Because of PTSD. Because of PTSD. With all the shit that I was with all that bullshit that I went through with people in the past, that scares me to get into relationships with people. Um, but yeah, back to my original comment. So how can how can a mental condition such as gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria, how can a mental condition when it involves gender, right? Or some kind of fucked up thing in your head where you think that you have to be a boy or a girl, right? Um so please tell me, how does a mental condition of gender dysphoria, gender dysmorphia is a choice, but depression and ADHD and PTSD isn't? I'm trying to figure out, how does that make sense? A cure for bigotry, right? This girl, these fucking comments are, this shit's not making sense. It's like, uh, thank you, none. I beat PTSD by lying to myself. I've improved it. I've improved it because now I'm trying to get back into the dating world. I never had a boyfriend. Chat, here's a secret that you guys don't know. Well, I think I've told this on the stream before. I think I told this on my channel last year or sometime this year, but I never had a boyfriend. I never had a boyfriend. I'm bi. I've slept with men. I'm a bottom, if that's what you guys are wondering. I know a lot of you guys asked that about me and wanting to know. I'm a complete bottom, and I do not have an ability to top a guy. And even if I did have the hardware to do that, I still wouldn't. Um, Again, I'm bi. Obviously, if I'm with a woman, I can't have sex with women like a man does because I don't have the hardware to do that anymore. So, yes, I'm bi. And again, with men, I've only been friends with benefits with men. That's it. Never had a boyfriend. Never had a boyfriend in my life. I've only had relationships with women. You can help your PTSD by mentally manipulating yourself. Yeah, you could. It's just like ADHD. I haven't took Ritalin or Adderall since I was 16. I literally was taking Ritalin and Adderall for ADHD until I was 16 years old. I haven't taken it since then. Power of the mind, power of the brain. Hospice. Oh, we actually have a good friend of ours. We have my bestie, um, Tracy. She's a hospice nurse. You too, Dylan. Thank you for stopping in, sweetie. Right, Sabrina. How do I not go brain dead? On what? For treating my conditions without medication? You just learn to cope with it, Claire. You know, the mind is a very powerful instrument. Your mind, your brain is a very powerful instrument. Just because I'm not as smart as everybody, just because I'm not intelligent like everybody or smart, just because I'm mildly special, would just say that, it doesn't mean that I can't do things on my own, you know? Well, honey, Claire, that's what you take for ADHD, honey. Well, I don't know about now, but we're talking about when I was 16 is when I stopped. Yeah, I did. I took a lot of Ritalin. Well, they switched me off back and forth between Ritalin and Adderall. I didn't even knew into this year that Ritalin and Adderall makes boys grow boobs. So no wonder why I got boobs now. Yeah, well, when I was a guy, I was flat chested when I was a guy. But no wonder why my boobs came in really nice. But when I was on Ritalin and Adderall throughout my teenager years, I didn't take it all the time. I sold the pills to other friends of mine at school. I've always sold them or traded them for like Pokemon cards and shit. I traded Adderall and Ritalin pills for fucking Pokemon cards and CDs and mixtapes and Game Boys and shit. There was no iPhones back then, you know. That's a really good logic, Roots. Yes, Sabrina. That's a really good logic. I actually like Roots' logic. You know, I'm glad. I'm glad there's people out there like Roots that actually believe in holistic approaches. I love that about Roots. That's some real shit. Hmm. Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with ADHD. So Roots is saying, I literally convinced myself I was safe by repeating things I didn't believe at the time. Well, I don't really get that last part. I would think that you'd be repeating things that I did believe at the time. See, that would have made more sense because that's what I do with ADHD. Like, again, you guys, honeys, I haven't taken Ritalin or Adderall since I was 16. And what I do in my brain is I try to calm myself down. I try to, because I'm always all over the place, always all over the place, right? I can never sit still. And look at me now. Look at me now, honeys. I'm holding my bottle on top of my arm and I'm sitting still. I just can never shut the fuck up sometimes, but yeah, well, you can't control it all though. You know, you can't cure the ADHD completely, but you know, there's not really cure for any of these things. Well, as far as I'm aware of, you know, there are supposedly cures if you take sugar out of the brain. So supposedly ADHD and autism is due for sugar in the brain during embryo and fetus stages. Hmm. Huh. Huh, that's actually really familiar to somebody I know in my chat right now, Roots. There's a special somebody that I know, and she's a really good friend of mine. And she actually does that same exact mindset. And it's working wonderful for her. She is fine. She's not really dealing with the schizophrenia that much. She's doing wonderful. Like, I'm not gonna say the name unless she says it, but yeah. I know, but see, and here's a thing too. If you're trans and if you take ADHD medication such as Ritalin and Adderall, and if you had ADHD before your transition, that can possibly help out your transition. That can actually possibly help out your mental state of being a male or a female. It could, theoretically, but would it cure it? No. You're always going to have that thought. Yes, Sabrina. I monitor my heart rate to help me stop the thoughts quick. Damn, that's hella smart. Holy shit, that's hella smart. But again, you guys, I would not want to cure this. I love being a girl. I love it. There's nothing better in this world than being Sabrina, being a girl. I love it. She's cost me a lot. Being Sabrina, she's cost me a lot. Is it worth being a girl? Every second. Is it worth me being happy? Am I happy being a girl now? Yes. Every second. I'm I feel like my true self. I feel like me. I feel like myself for once in my life. I love it. That is still smart though. I really like how Roots actually thought about all this. And theoretically that can actually work too. Monitor my heart rate to help me stop the thoughts quicker. So what Roots is doing here from what it looks like, Roots is actually monitoring his cortisol levels. So when cortisol levels rise, heart rate rises. If cortisol level drops, well, heartbeat drops, heart rate drops. Cortisol is a stress hormone. Stress is what activates, or let's just say stress is kind of what pushes schizophrenia and mental conditions, such as ADHD, autism, PTSD, stress. Cortisol is one of the main one of the main enemies when it comes down to all these mental disorders, these mental issues, is stress. Stress activates it. Stress makes it worse. So what Roots is actually doing, see, I'm telling you, chat, see, I'm intelligent on some things here. So what Roots is saying, I monitor my heart rate to help me stop the thoughts quicker. So basically what he's doing, or she's doing, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, basically what this person is doing is monitoring the cortisol levels of their hormones. When their cortisol level or their hormone rises, that means thoughts of whatever kind of mental condition this person has is going to get worse. If it lowers, then the mental condition subsides, it eases up. So it's actually a really good idea, and it's actually clever. It's actually really clever. Damn, is everybody asleep right now? Shit. Mm-hmm. So schizophrenia, I think, is believed to be sugar in the spinal cord, if I remember right. I don't remember. I may be wrong. So don't rely on me 100% for that one. But schizophrenia, if I remember right, it's excessive sugar that was stored in the spinal cord. Everything, all these mental conditions, one thing that traces back to mental conditions is sugar. Excessive sugar inside different cavities of the body to produce these kind of mental conditions during embryo or fetus stages. Really, Suraj? That's cool. Yes, honeys. Yes. So, well, Shariah knows about medical too. So let's get a second opinion. And thank you. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you guys keep liking the stream. So Shariah, what we were saying earlier, was I officially diagnosed with schizophrenia? No, honey. I was diagnosed with ADHD. And I don't remember if I was diagnosed with autism. I don't remember. And also depression too. Oh, and I've also been medically diagnosed with gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria. I've been medically diagnosed with that. And yes, chat, there is a medical diagnosis of being trans. It's called gender dysmorphia, gender dysphoria. So yes, honeys, there's a legal medical diagnosis for being trans. And I'm diagnosed with it. I've even had therapy. I've even went to a therapist. He's did letters. So it's all legal. It's all everything. Oh, my clothes, huh? Carissa, that's funny. Oh, Carissa, you're the one that made that comment earlier. Damn, you're hot too. Damn, Carissa's kind of cute. Too bad I don't really date people off of YouTube though. Fuck. And Carissa's, I don't know. She looks cute. I can only see a little tiny picture of her though, so I don't know what she fully looks like. But from what I've seen, mommy likes. Oh. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, thanks. Let me see. Meow. And damn, look how sexy I am. Meow. Hi, honeys. Okay, let's go get this fucking laundry done. Oh. Hi, honeys. Oh yeah, of course, Irish. Yeah, it does. Damn. I bet you like everybody's asleep right now. It's like, damn. Oh shit, which window? Your car window or your house window? Yeah, I'm probably going to be cutting the stream off too right now because I'm going to be putting my clothes away. Oh, okay. All right, guys. So, I don't know. I'm thinking like a lot of people here is going to sleep right now, so maybe we'll just probably just end the stream because it's gotten pretty slow and slow right now. So okay, honeys. Hi, Roots. Good night too, honeys. But yeah, you guys, I'm really hoping that everybody has a peaceful, beautiful night and a morning, or whatever that you guys are. You too, Carissa. But yeah, so remember, make sure anybody that's new here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, especially Carissa after I made you a mod. Yeah, just make sure that you guys please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, sweetie. And I'm glad that, some people, my streams has touched after this tragic incident that happened. Again, it's a really disgusting thing what happened. What to say? What? Something different. Really? Thank you, Ash. Oh, maybe we might stay for another minute or two. If people are starting to talk again. I just didn't want to be on the camera not talking. So, there. There. Fuck. My tripod is broken. Yeah, my tripod is broken like a motherfucker right now. Thank you. Thank you, Ash. Thank you. I guess we're gonna have to do it like this, chat. My tripod is broken. Mwah. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, babies. Yay! The flowers. Thumbs up. I always love your content. Thank you, babies. Oh no, Sabrina's going already. Oh no. Oh, Sabrina, where are you going, girl? Clutch, thank you. Thank you, Ash. Oh my god, my back. My back and my ass from sitting. Yay! Thank you, babies. Damn, this is cool. I'm wondering how many other YouTubers are using this future right now. They're using the GIF future. That's funny. I'm wondering how many people are using this. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Damn, you're still sending? Oh, thank you, Sabrina, for being a mod too, honeys. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you're a mod. Oh, you're fine, Ash. Thank you too. Thank you too, babies. I'm glad that you guys are mods, honeys, because at the end of the day, you know, It's just humane just to have respect for people, you know, and it's sad that we have to go to a part of humanity where we need people to help each other out, you know, and you guys, it's sad. It's very sad and it's disgusting how people can be so inhumane with another's, you know? Great mom, yes, she is, honeys. Thank you, Ash, and so are you, honeys. Girl, you know the last money that you gave me? I think it was like $30 or 20. I don't remember. Or unless it was probably 40. I don't remember, girl. But anyways, the last money that you gave me, Ash, I just barely finished that money like yesterday, the day before, because whenever you send me money, I really try to save it. And I've even sent you a message on the C appy, and I was asking you what your Instagram is, but if you want, well, I have my Instagram on my YouTube bio. Feel free to hit me up anytime you please. This sucks. My fucking tripod is broke. Fuck. I'm gonna have to find a way to rig the tripod up. Oh my god. Oh shit. Hold on one second. Oh wow, this stuff's almost dry. Let me see. There. Hi, Cheeky. Why is my green screen on? Yeah, I'll add you, honeys. I don't even know if I do have you on Instagram already, but we'll see. I don't really use this Instagram account that much either, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Ash. Thank you, babies. Yay! Oh my god, chat. I'm tired. Mm-hmm. My Hello Kitty skateboard, limited dish. My limited dish. Hello Kitty, Kusami. I think her name is Kurami. Where is it? What the hell is it? Well, I forgot her name. Kurami or Kusami or some shit, right? Kurami. Her name is Kurami. I know his name does. Oh yeah, no, I just use that account just to communicate with mods sometimes, but other than that, I don't really use that Instagram account. Well, that particular one. I don't really use that particular one though. What channels do you mod, honey? Yeah, like his name does look familiar, or her name, whatever. He does look really familiar though. I know that Cheeky's been in my streams too before, but I'm still trying to remember where did they came from. Mm-hmm. Man, this fucking sucks. My tripod is broke. Look at this shit. My tripod is broke. Look at this. Fuck. Tracy bought me this tripod like 2 years ago. One day, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I think, I went to walk around here and I accidentally stepped on one of the legs of the tripod. And I fucking broke it. I broke one of the legs. Do I have hobbies besides Pikachu? Oh yeah, sure. Makeup, shopping, being a princess, trying to be a girl, sleeping, movies, and I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding on that one. And sometimes going for drives. Yeah. And hanging out with my sisters. Duct tape? Maybe. Oh, and watching movies and YouTube. I like watching YouTube. I like iced coffee. Now, I don't know if you've seen what happened with my nails, Raish or Ash. Anybody that's in here right now, I don't know if you guys seen what happened to my nail recently. I accidentally fucked up my nail. I bent the whole nail all the way up to here from the flesh back on Monday, and I'll show you. I've been taking these antibiotics, but I haven't taken any today because these things make me shit like a motherfucker. I've been taking these antibiotics. And because I had a really bad nail infection. Yeah. I had a really super horrible nail infection, and the first urgent care wanted to take off my nail. I ripped it off the nail bed. Yes, honey. Yeah, I ripped it off on the nail bed. But yeah, so the first urgent care wanted to take off the whole entire nail. I wasn't going to do that. I'm not gonna sit here and take off my whole fucking nail. So I went to a different urgent care a day later, and they said I can get it saved. They said I can save my baby. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I went to another urgent care. Thank God. thank God I went to another urgent care. I thank God that I listened to my women intuition and I went to another urgent care, because like if it was a standard dude out there, a lot of those dudes be like, "Ah, fuck it, rip it off, rip it off." I am so glad I went to another urgent care. See, look how girly I am. Look how feminine and girly that I am. I'm over here all pressed over my nail. I don't have the broken pieces of the nail because the nail flew off. But the urgent care, she got some heavy duty metal stainless steel cutters and clink, clink, clink. They did an electrical blockage right here, another electrical blockage here, and another one here, while so they can clip it and clean it, and they wrapped it. So yeah, so from there, from the antibiotics, since they were making me have diarrhea, now I am taking Florigen for probiotics right now, and these have been working wonders. These have been working wonders beautifully. So remember, chat, if you guys ever take antibiotics and you need to heal your gut, take probiotics. Always take probiotics when you take antibiotics, okay? Always take them. Yes. Antibiotics would do that. That's my older people. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Really? What is Raish? Endro? What is it, Endro? Well, when you're saying it makes that specific type of antibiotic useless for your body the next time you prescribe, are you talking about permanently or just temporarily until you start up a new strand of antibiotics and then you're going back to this one and it will work? Huh. I think it's already late, Soraya. I think it's too late already. I never took my antibiotics today. The last time I had an antibiotic was yesterday morning, I think. Yesterday morning or yesterday night. Now, I could still keep taking them, but like I'm saying, I think it's already too late. I'm thinking maybe um I'm thinking the bacteria has already found a way. I haven't taken them since yesterday, so I think I've already fucked myself now. Huh. So it's permanent. So what happens if the bacteria learn the pathways for one antibiotic, and then you take a separate one, and then that one is useless, becomes useless, and what happens if you go back to the other one? Would the other one start working again? What's sepsis of the blood? What is that? How can you get sepsis of the blood? Isn't that like a really rare thing to get from antibiotics, though? Oh. Well, here, chat. I'll show you my finger again. See, when it was infected, all this was like dark when it was infected. But now it's like back to normal color. Yeah, but don't you guys think it's a little too late now? Because I stayed off of it since yesterday? I just don't really get all this theory here because at the end of the day, if the antibiotics, if your body gets used to it, then how would these antibiotics work again later in the future? Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm trying to ask you guys. So, you're saying that if you take antibiotics for the prescribed time that the doctor said, right? She said that these ones I can be on to up to 8 days. The other antibiotics, she said 10 days, right? So this happened on Monday. So I started taking antibiotics on Monday night. So that would have been what, Monday next week? But so basically what my question is, if you do the full 8 days, like what my doctor said, right? Isn't your body going to get resistant to these 8 days of antibiotics of this particular strain anyways? And it just won't work effectively next time? Or is there like a certain amount of days that you take where your bacteria is too weak to figure out this antibiotic to fight it for the next round? Well, I don't know. The only reason why I stopped taking the antibiotics, I'll tell you when I get in here. So the only reason why I stopped taking the antibiotics is because it caused me really bad diarrhea. When I'm at work, I can't be pulling over, like every 5 minutes to go take a shit. So I don't know. I don't know what should I do. Because I don't want to keep taking them and then I have to keep shitting every 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. I don't know, chat. I don't know what to do, honeys. Yeah, but the thing is, I can't. If I'm in a big ass truck, I can't do that. I can't just pull over on the side of the road and use the bathroom. I can't do that. Oh, and yesterday I only took one antibiotic too. I'm gonna have to probably hit you up on Instagram or something to discuss this better, because I don't think it's really being helpful doing it the way that we're doing it here on the stream. Yeah, because there's only a certain amount of antibiotics, is what you guys are saying. If my body gets immune to these, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to go with another strand. Okay, the other strand, if my body gets immune to those too, and I keep getting immune to all these antibiotics, then eventually I'm fucked, right? So your body can't reset from going to one antibiotic to another, can it? And going back. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Because, yeah, I don't know. Oh my God, I don't know. I'm gonna have to add you on Instagram like ASAP. Reset usually. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so that's what I wanted to know. If the bacteria can reset. Like, for example, we have one antibiotic and we have another. Okay, well, I didn't take fully this one, so next time I get sick or infected, I have to take this one because this one won't work, right? Well, if I fucking fuck up and I stop this one, would it reset and I can go back to using this one? But it can reset, like you're saying, right? It could reset, right? So you're saying not taking antibiotics is going to pew me? Is that what you're saying? Shit. Oh, damn. Mm-mm. I don't know what MDR bacteria is. I just want to know, like you're saying earlier, I just want to know if there's a chance for my bacteria to be resetted so these antibiotics will work again. You guys can hear the train? That's funny. Really? So you don't think I should take antibiotics right now, Ash? Fuck. That really sucks right now. Oh, the pharmacist or the doctor? Well, actually, I can call the pharmacist right now, actually, because the Rite Aid that I have is open 24/7. Mm-hmm. I don't know. All this over a fucking fingernail infection? Really? All this over a damn fingernail. Oh my god, chat. Oh, and I'm also using antibiotic ointment too. I can't believe all this over a damn fingernail. Have you ever heard of the guy at Basemaster? You know, the one that does all those little parody characters like psst, psst. Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? That guy? All these issues, antibiotics. Psst, unreal. I can't believe this shit. Really? I gotta go through all this just for fucking antibiotics? This sucks. I can't believe it. All this crap, Ash. All this crap psoriasis. Just because my nail was infected, I gotta go through all this. But like you saying, Ash, you were saying earlier that antibiotics can be resetted, right? Your bacteria, your resistant bacteria can be resetted, right? So how do you reset your resistant bacteria? How do you do that? How do you reset it? What's the best way can you reset your resistant bacteria? Garbage bag. I'm wondering if I should keep my nail covered when I'm sleeping. I took a nap last night without covering it, and it was fine. I didn't snag it or nothing. Combination therapy? What do you mean? You talk about like taking multiple antibiotics? I'm like so tired. Oh my god, I kind of want to call the pharmacy and I kind of don't. Mm. 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 Mm-hmm. Oh my god, you guys, I don't know why. I don't know why the hell I'm over here all tired like this. Mm. 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 Combination therapy. A provider may prescribe a combination of antibiotics. Really? Oh, I'm gonna screenshot this one. That one would definitely come in handy. I used to get UTIs pretty bad. I used to get UTIs very bad. Oh my god, chat. You know what? I'm gonna call it a night, honeys. Yeah, Ash, if you can, message me more about it. And, Srice. For some reason, I'm having a really hard time staying awake. And, I was gonna call the pharmacy right now to and see if I should take the antibiotic, but I'm just too lazy. I don't know, you think I should call the pharmacist right now? Hmm. So hold off until tomorrow? Okay. Alright, good night, honey bunnies. Love you guys. And thank you too. Thank you too, Ash. Thank you too, Ash. Thank you too, babies. Okay, good night, babies. Okay. Good night, honeys.